Is today a good pain day or bad pain day? If you ever ask yourself this question before going into the gym, this video is for you. Because maybe you're loading the bar for deadlifts, you're already debating whether to pull a plate off because the warm-up set feels kind of iffy, or you finish a set and before you even rack the weight, you are scanning your lower back for that tight spot, the same sensation you always get. You've either stopped training or you're managing symptoms, you're managing flare-ups, and quite frankly, you are managing tomorrow. My name is Gabe. I'm a kinesiologist, and this is what I do. I help lifters close the gap nobody else out there seems to own. The gap between getting cleared by rehab, but still not feeling like yourself, and actually getting back under the bar, training hard, pain-free. Now, I spent years stuck in that gap with my own back, and for the last little while, I've been helping lifters get out of it. When I had this pain, the hardest part wasn't the pain. It was that I stopped feeling like myself. So maybe that's where you are right now. This video is for lifters, so people who've done the physio, the chiro, the rest and stretch it out, PDF handouts, and still hesitate when the bar gets heavy. If that's not you, if training isn't your thing, this video is not for you. And that's okay. But if it is, stay with me until the end because I'm gonna walk you through 3 phases that I use to take lifters from done, cleared rehab, back to training hard with confidence. Now, this is the same process that I helped Etienne, who had 11 years of back pain, get back to training hard, pain-free in the gym in 12 weeks. The same one that got Greg past a 7-year bench plateau in 3.5 months. We are not resting things off. We're not giving up lifting. We're not stretching our way out of this. We're not doing a bunch of funky band stuff, okay? Before we dive into my process, this is what managing your training actually looks like. Every session starts with this little negotiation in your head. Let's see how this warm-up set is. Let's see how I feel after this working set. Maybe I'll leave a couple of reps left in the tank for today. And none of it feels like a big deal until you realize that you actually stopped making progress, and now it just became, well, let's just get through the day. It's taking up space in your head. You're worrying about if you could go back to the way you were training before, and it doesn't stay in the gym. You're checking things when you're bending over. You brace yourself when you get out of the car. You're catching yourself picking something up off the floor. You're thinking about these things. When you squat, you're bracing harder. It just feels like you are guarding more than actually lifting, not like you used to do. And it's not because it always hurts, it's because you are waiting to see what is going to happen. And somewhere along the way, you stop trusting yourself. Ask yourself this question. If your pain disappeared tomorrow, would you train the way you used to? And if the answer is no, then pain isn't the only thing that needs to recover. Your trust has to as well too. Because recovery isn't just about less pain. Less pain is great, but if pain's no longer making your training decisions, that's when you know you are fully recovered. And this is where so many people fall through the cracks. You've done the rehab already. You've done physio, the chiro, the massage, the YouTube rabbit hole. And everyone's answer was the same. They said, take it easy, ease back into it, stretch it, strengthen it a little maybe. And all of that feels good in the moment. Then the minute you go back into the gym, the second you load the bar, it comes back. This is what I call rehab limbo. And what most people get handed in that limbo is what I call copy-paste rehab. Same finish line for everyone, reduce symptoms, restore function, clamshells, bird dogs, activate your core, shoot of stretches, and then see you next week. And yeah, maybe you're in a little bit less pain now, but then you're on your own trying to figure out the training part. You add weight on the bar, you see what happens, it hurts, you back off, doesn't, add a little more, and you're stuck in that same cycle. This is not progression, you are guessing your way through towards the end here. And that's why you feel stuck. And I know this because I lived it myself. So I had a back pain for years. But the day it turned really, really bad, I was bench pressing. It was a bad rep and went down my leg. I went to my girlfriend. I was terrified. I told her this is really, really bad. I still remember that moment vividly. I also remember when I was in kinesiology program, my psychology class, I stood up, something felt weird. I had what's called a drop foot when the nerve affects the foot. There's just so many moments during that experience where I was freaking out. It was scary. I didn't know what to do. Sitting on the couch in the evening wondering, do I have to give up lifting? Do I have to reduce training? So I went and saw people. Everyone's answer was kind of the same. Back off deadlifts, don't train. Every answer was about taking away the one thing that made me feel like myself. And I didn't just lose lifting. I lost trust, I lost my anchor, and quite frankly, I felt like I was losing my identity. Training is that hour and a half, that's just mine. My whole day is better when I can train without this pain on my mind. And nobody here was asking the real question. Not how do we get you to hurt less, but what actually builds you back towards training hard. And looking back, that's when it hit me because I didn't necessarily fail rehab. Rehab just ended too early. And everyone stopped at this getting out of pain part, but no one was there for the part after. And this took years, but I started coming back. I remember this one time I was pulling 315 pounds off the floor, deadlift, and I was waiting for back pain to show up and didn't come. And I was like, whoa, all right, something actually is working here. Because it was never about the number. It was just the first time in years where I felt like I was slowly getting my training back. And, afterwards I was pulling 4 plates, going towards 5 plates now. I built the thing I wished someone handed to me when I was in pain. Because the thing that everyone seemed to miss during this whole experience is that pain, this is what I learned now, pain was never actually the beginning. It is the last stage of a story. It is not the first. And so much treatment out there stops at that last page. No one actually flips the book back, see how the story got written. This is what I do. And another piece here is that so much rehab out there treats your body in parts. So this muscle, that joint, that spot that hurts, but your body doesn't work in parts, especially in a gym environment. Especially when you're doing squatting, when you're benching, when you're deadlifting, you're not isolating a shoulder, rotator cuff, whatever. You've got a rib cage, you've got a pelvis, you've got a whole system working together. So when you flip the book back and look at this entire thing, you realize you've been trying to solve a pain problem when you actually have a capacity problem. So my approach comes down to 3 phases. In phase 1, I call it reveal. This is where we start with what I call a ground up assessment. So why is your body leaning to this one spot in the first place? Why is one part of your body being overloaded? What are you missing? We have to look at the whole thing. We have to look at your foot, your hips, how your body sits in space, your training history, because where it hurts is rarely why it hurts. The pain is almost never where the problem actually started. And everyone out there has been treating where the result of the problem ended up. I want to see how you move in the gym, in the environment that you actually want to get back to. Liz came to me. She had leg numbness. She could barely hinge forward. She did chiro. Didn't really move the needle for her. Nobody cared about her actual goal was to train hard again. No one showed her the roadmap. How are we actually going to get you back to training? They were just treating the spot. And upon assessing her, the numbness wasn't even the problem. It was just the last page of the story. And once we saw that, the plan wrote itself. And now she's back to lifting heavy. She has no numbness anymore. Now, phase 2. All right, so years of moving around the problem teaches your body protection strategies. The pain calms down, but those strategies stay. So now that we found the actual problem, we found that root problem, we rebuild the foundation, because if we stack load, intensity, and volume on a foundation that can't hold, what happens? It falls apart. Keep in mind, you're training the whole time here. I'm never moving you away from load. You're not doing boring body weight stuff. We're just preparing your body to handle future training stress, which is then phase 3, rebuild. Now that we've actually got a foundation that can hold, we could layer load, volume, and intensity back in without the fear in your brain saying, am I going to be able to handle this? Because now you can physically and psychologically handle it. When Etienne came to me after 11 years of back pain, he did physio, he did chiro, he did all the handouts in the world. He never stopped training with me once. These were his words that he felt like he was getting his life back when we started working together. Another client, Axel, 8 years of back pain, saw all these specialists. He told me he just wanted to lift without being afraid. I have him in the gym now. We're working towards getting him back to training hard in CrossFit, pain-free. His pain already went from a constant 5 down to a 2. He's not scared to lift anymore. Like I said, you did not fail rehab. Your rehab ended too early. So before you go, think to the question I opened with: good pain day or bad pain day? Imagine walking to the gym, never asking that question again, loading the bar without scanning your back first, finishing a session, already thinking about the next one, feeling the soreness in your muscles and not in your joints. People ask why I care about this so much. It's because I know what it's like to feel alone in this injury world. To think your best lifting days are behind you, to lose the one thing that keeps you grounded. This is why I built this program. It's not to help people hurt a little less. It's to help you get back to the gym, training hard again, doing the thing that you love to do. If you're ready to build your way back to training hard again, click the link below to book a free call with me. We're first going to see if we're a good fit to work together. If I feel like we are a good fit, we are going to map out what building your training back looks like.